Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lions TV, and today I'm bringing you guys a news daily video. Now, it's been a long time coming. I'm going to be talking about exclusive news surrounding Antonio Conte and contract negotiations, and I'm going to be talking about Eden Hazard allegedly rejecting signing a new contract for Chelsea. Now, from what I've been told by my sources, Conte has been offered, I'm saying offered, not he's signing or agreed to sign, but he's been offered a new 3-year contract. I can't disclose how much this contract is worth, but if he was to sign it, he'd be the 3rd highest paid manager in Europe. But before Conte agrees to sign anything, there are some stipulations that he wants clarified first. Conte's brother is his agent, and his brother would like Conte to stay here due to how big this wage would be. But before Conte signs anything, he needs to know that his demands are going to be met. A lot of you guys have watched these previous videos over the past few months. I've told you guys about Ross Barkley interest, I've told you about the Laxalt interest, I've told you how Marina would like Baba to be given a chance in the team so she doesn't have to buy a left wing back option. Now, originally it seemed like Baba would be making a recovery around the January period, but it seems like there were still more setbacks in his injury problems. Again, I don't know further reports on how quickly Baba's going to recover. I don't know anything like that. But it does seem from Conte's press conference that it looks like Baba won't be having any manageable time so far in the near immediate future, and it looks like he will be able to get in a new left wing back option. And basically, with the power that Conte wants, he wants more assurances that when he wants something, he's going to get it. But this is why negotiations are still ongoing, because that isn't as simple as that. Conte would like a bigger squad, preferably he would like a 25-man squad, but then of course there are issues from Marina, who doesn't want to pay the extra wages because there's a wage budget at Chelsea, and obviously if you have 7 extra first team players, most of them won't be playing, it does become a bit of a waste financially. Marina still has a job. I've gone in through numerous videos in regards to Marina, so if you want to keep up to date, I suggest you watch them. I'm going to put them in the description below. And she has a responsibility in terms of looking after the club budget, because she has 100% control over that, because Roman has given that power to her. But Conte feels that he doesn't get backed enough. Now, with Emenalo gone, it should make negotiations hopefully easier between Conte and Marina, because there's no middleman who needs to be involved. But I really feel that, in my personal opinion, they both need to find a balance. Sometimes Conte's demands are a bit too extreme. Sometimes Marina can be a bit too extreme in terms of how she negotiates with players that Conte wants. So they need to find that middle ground. And I'm sure that when they do find that middle ground, Conte might sign that contract. I say might because there's more to this story. Of course, with Paris Saint-Germain, it looks like Unai Emery is going to be leaving at the end of this season. They're looking at potential replacements for next summer. Conte would like to get the Paris Saint-Germain job if he isn't going to stay at Chelsea, so he's going to use that potential interest to his favour. Conte is playing the game similar to what Courtois and Eden Hazard is doing currently. Now, that's actually everything I've been told in regards to what's happening behind the scenes at the board level. Now, for the second part of this video, I'm going to be just hypothesizing and making some intelligent guesses with what's happening, and I'm going to be using some previous stories and histories to help back my opinions. A lot of you guys watched my previous video in regards to where I was stating that Conte would like to bring in a left wing back and a guy that can play at number 10. Now, his options were originally Di Maria and Laxalt, and Marina's options were keeping Baba and having Ross Barkley coming in. But it seems realistic that Conte could get his options in regards to a left wing back and a number 10. But this is where me guessing what's happening is going to start coming into play now, because here's the thing. As I said earlier, Marina would like to keep Baba and would like to bring in Ross Barkley. Why? Because Baba is already there available. She doesn't have to spend extra money getting an extra player in, and with Ross Barkley being near the end of his contract, it's going to be much cheaper coming in. And also because of his age and because he's English, if the club ever did decide to sell him, they'd be making some money off from him. As I said earlier, Conte would like a left wing back. His option is Laxalt from Genoa, but the club have been looking at other left wing back options. Alex Telles is another serious option. Alexandra is a number 1 dream option if he is available. And Conte would like a Di Maria or a Fekir coming in at number 10. But now, this is where I'm starting to question, is Conte going to sign this new contract? Because it seems like Marina could potentially get her way. But here's the thing. There's actually 2 cases now. Number 1, Marina could be getting her way. It looks like Ross Barkley could be the guy coming in during January. Now, in regards to Baba, it seems like there could be a setback, because it looked like the club believed originally he was going to be fit during January, but it looks like he's had further setbacks, which Conte has reported on during a press conference recently. So that could mean that Conte could get an option that he wants at left wing back, or maybe there's some negotiations going on behind the scenes for some #1 targets for the summer transfer window. Conte would stay if he gets his demands, but if he doesn't get them, he doesn't necessarily care. He will move on to other bigger jobs out there. Maybe this Baba setback could be something potentially that could work in Conte's favour now. Because I'm guessing that if Baba was fit, maybe Marina would be telling Conte, no, you're not going to bring in a new left wing back, you're going to use him. But still, I keep stressing that they need to come to an agreement. Conte is a very fiery figure himself, and Marina is very stern and adamant. Marina would like to have more control and power behind the scenes because Roman has given a lot of responsibility to her, so Conte won't necessarily get everything that he wants. And if anything, Conte does get quite a lot of power in regards to what he does behind the scenes, even though he's a first team coach. In terms of even having a say on transfer targets, etc. Most first team coaches don't have a say at all. They just need to work with the team and work with the squads. But if anything, there is a bit more to this story, because it could be deemed that Marina is trying to force out Conte in the nicest way possible. Now, there are reports coming out of Leon Bailey which I've been disclosing in previous videos, so definitely watch them if you want to get up to date with what's happening. But think about it like this now. Bailey isn't a number 10 type of player and he can't play in those positions. Conte doesn't use wingers at all really, especially when he's given up on a 4-2-4. And this could be a power move by Marina in terms of, well, you're not going to get control over everything that you want to happen at this club. It's always going to come down to me. I need to make decisions for the future of the club as well. There might be a time where you're never going to be here. I need to make sure that the club is still running in a sustained manner. And this could be the nice way in forcing out Conte, similar to what happened with Emanalo in regards to both of them just really dismissing his role and not really coming to him. And Emanalo feeling that he wasn't really needed and was feeling very devalued at the club. But anyway, you guys, there's definitely going to be a lot more coming out in regards to Conte in the future. I'll let you guys know everything that I've been told. I haven't been told the full stories, of course, but I've been given enough snippets from my source. So it's definitely going to be interesting times. And really, this January transfer window isn't just going to be big in terms of players we bring in, but also it's going to be big in terms of whether the manager is going to stay for next season or not. Moving on to the next story, and that's in regards to Eden Hazard postponing transfer negotiations till the summer. Now, there are conflicting reports of this story. Originally, the story broke due to an interview on Le Soir by Eden Hazard's dad, Thierry Hazard. And Thierry Hazard stated that Hazard has rejected signing a new contract and is going to leave talks until the summer to keep his options open. But the conflicting reports are coming from Chelsea, and they've said that they haven't even offered Hazard a new contract just yet. Conte's opinion on the matter was that it should be a private conversation between Hazard and any board officials that are required for the transfer negotiation talks. Now, Hazard does have 2.5 years left on his contract, and the proposed contract that Chelsea will give him is around £300,000 a week. But let's say that Hazard has rejected signing a new contract and is going to wait until the summer to renew talks or to keep his options available. What does this actually mean? Well, there are numerous possibilities. Number one, this is a negotiation tactic. Now, it's very commonplace for players, managers, etc. to really have delaying tactics really help them get the deals that they want. Courtois is a similar situation. Now, it looks like he's finally going to be agreeing to a new 5-year contract where he's going to earn £200,000 a week. Now, what would be the reason for Courtois really delaying things before agreeing to a new contract? Well, the first thing is money. A club doesn't necessarily want to pay those types of wages. Of course, it's not in their interest to do that. It's up to the players and their agents to make those things happen and to force the moves. Normally, it's commonplace for people who have the players' interests at their hearts to maybe leak things to the press or maybe say things in interviews. Now, with Eden Hazard's dad stating the fact that he's keeping his options available and is interested in Real Madrid, well, again, if Chelsea were maybe playing hardball and weren't necessarily ready to pay him £300,000 a week, now they're definitely going to do it. And with contracts, it's not just necessarily about them and their wages, there are other stipulations behind it, in terms of maybe appearance fees, goal bonuses, so it's not as simple as just saying yes to more money. With a lot of these players, they are like businesses in a way. They have a lot of money men behind them as well. They are investing in a lot of things as well outside of football, so they need to make sure that their money is going to be right. The second reason, it could be a subliminal message to Real Madrid saying, you know what, of course you can't talk to us behind the scenes because you can get done for tapping up. You know what, we're going to let you know that we are available, we are interested now. The ball's in your court. You know that he isn't going to sign a new contract. he is looking to see his available options in the summer. He has spoken of Zinedine Zidane with high praise and Real Madrid's in high praise as well. And he's never definitely confirmed that he's going to stay at Chelsea forever. Hazard is going to turn 27 next week, actually, on the 7th of January. Hazard, 27 years old. So really, if Hazard was to move, it would have to happen now or next year. Once Hazard's contract ends, he is going to be 30 years old. And would Real Madrid necessarily going for a 30-year-old now? No, they wouldn't. And maybe they could be putting these plans into place behind the scenes to start the negotiations and start the discussions between Chelsea and Real Madrid. The third reason could be maybe there are some sporting reasons for why Hazard isn't necessarily going to commit to the club just yet. Now, with this season in particular, Hazard has spoken a lot about the Champions League and really wanting to excel in it and win the Champions League. Now, when he did sign for us, one of the main reasons why he signed was because we were a club who used to do very well in Europe. We just won the Champions League, and Hazard was thinking that Chelsea are one of the best clubs in Europe really to achieve that goal of winning a Champions League. And maybe Hazard could be thinking, well, you know what, I've been here for 5 years. In terms of the progress, yes, I have won some trophies, I have won some league titles, but is it really a club that's really going to take me to the next level that I want to be on? Now, throughout social media, a lot of Chelsea fans in fact with the belief that if Hazard did leave, they'd be okay with it, because in a way it's like a screw you to Chelsea. They didn't do enough to really keep him. They didn't build the team around him. I mean, after how many years he's finally playing in a more central position? I don't know. Sometimes I think that, let's say if Hazard was playing under Pep Guardiola, what type of player would he be now? I mean, we're only starting to see Raheem Sterling finally starting to score goals. Most of his goals are coming inside the box. Obviously, he's helped refine his game, and Raheem Sterling's in double figures already. Now imagine Hazard with that same type of, training around him, support around him, there are tactical ideas by the manager around him to really get him in those areas, to really stat pad and get the goals and, get the glory. What type of player would Hazard be right now? At Chelsea, I do feel sometimes it's a case of Hazard FC, where if Hazard isn't playing, most times we are going to struggle, and he has a lot of responsibility on his hands to really do things all by himself. Not only does he have to be the goal threat, he also has to be the creator as well. And most times when he is collecting the ball, usually in deep positions, he's got 2 or 3 people on him, so it does make it quite hard. And on top of that, Hazard has defensive responsibilities as well. Most big players, they don't have any defensive responsibilities, but for some reason throughout his stay at Chelsea, it's always been about his off the ball work rate as well. Still though, if anything, if I was to give my honest opinion, I do feel it's a case of really not panicking. In my personal opinion, I do feel that it's a case of negotiation tactics at this moment in time. Of course, there's a slight possibility where, let's say Real Madrid were very serious and did put in a big bid for Hazard. Who knows, maybe Hazard might be potentially interested, but if we can secure things before the season ends, which I think we can do, I'm sure that Hazard will stay. You have to realise, Chelsea have done a lot for Hazard, obviously, signing both his brothers, supporting his whole family, helping him behind the scenes, giving him big contracts after big contracts. And personally, I feel that Chelsea have made Hazard feel very important. So you guys, I wouldn't panic just yet. It's a case of we have to see what happens when the future comes, but until then, let's just enjoy Hazard for now and not too worry at this moment in time. Anyway, you guys, that's going to bring an end to today's video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Please, if you haven't pressed the bell notification button, what are you waiting for? Press it and stay notified to all things Blue Lions TV. January is going to be a very, very busy month. I'm going to try and upload the most videos I've ever uploaded in this channel's history, so you definitely can't afford to miss out on that. Anyway, you guys, I'm the FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I hope you guys have a good New Year's, and I hope to see you soon for next year. See you later.